Today we're going to be talking about applied database technologies, our final project. I'm Otto Fricker, and I'll be presenting kind of our problem statement. We basically wanted to figure out a way to keep college football data from being fragmented across multiple platforms, not being a valid source of record and things like that, and making a centralized platform for that. Um, how we did that is we saw that there was a large, vast number of sources, different things that aren't not very customizable for the user, and being able to get that into an interactive tool for the user. How we went about doing that is we found data from 2015 all the way to 2024 for our project, making sure that we have a valid place for weather data, recruiting classes, and team travel distance being a good place for people to find out what would be beneficial versus detrimental to those different people that are doing that per team. I'm going to hand it over to Stephen Scott, and he's going to go into some of the system architecture.
So, um, so what you're seeing on the screen is our Gridiron Analytics application that we built. First screen is just a main dashboard. It shows the number of games that we've analyzed, number of teams, and number of seasons. You can see we covered 10 seasons, and we have just a widget on this first page that shows the top 10 recruiting classes across all seasons. This could have really been anything, maybe some more analysis on the data set, but this is what we went with. As mentioned, recruiting was the first question we wanted to talk about how recruiting class strength affected win percentages. And so you can see we have a ordered rank here by best class. And then since we cover several seasons, this can be a lengthy list. And so if you wanted to zoom in on a single season, you could see that in 2023, Alabama had the best class, but in 2018, Georgia. And so we show the points that were scored and a win percentage. Second question that we wanted to answer is around travel and how travel distance would might impact a team's win percentage when they're playing an away game. And so this includes data for all the seasons that we analyzed. It includes the travel distance and then the win percentage for away games. And then also takes into account if a team played in multiple conferences. We did include a toggle on this screen to filter out FCS opponents as they're sometimes played by FBS teams, but we didn't necessarily want to include them in all of our main analysis. So we have a toggle to filter out those teams from this list. And then our third question was around weather and whether or not weather conditions impacted scoring margin. And so we can see, as you might expect, that snow is a little bit of an equalizer shown here. And this screen probably represents one of the best spots for future potential development in terms of if we wanted to dive deeper into how specific teams were impacted by weather or by how maybe passing focused or running focused teams performed. And so this screen here probably would represent a real opportunity for further development. But with that, I want to hand it over to Braden, who's going to cover the administrative features. And I'll just mention that we didn't put any role-based security on this app, so you can see all the features at one time. I'm going to hand over to Braden.
Okay, so here I'm going to be showing you the two different admin pages we have. So first here is the admin for the teams. You can see here that you can have the option to add a team, and it shows all the active and deactivated teams. For example, you can deactivate a team here, and here you'll be able to restore it. You can also edit a team. You could change their division from FCS to FBS and save it. You can see that it changed to FBS. So this is just a control panel admin side for all of the team side of things. And similarly for weather, you can see all of the records here. These are all the games that didn't have any weather records, and you could add the weather for that game. You can also add with this button up here. Those is a quick rundown of the admin stuff, but with that, that will conclude our demo.